Day in a life as a freight broker, I'm gonna do some cold calling, so I'm about to show you the process. Let's
I,
go.
I
Before I
love the
make these cold calls,
tattoos.
I'll show you guys the process. I work for a logistics company in Portland, Oregon. So here's my load posting board. I got another one
Cool
up.
monitors. There you
Obviously, I
go.
use good old Google Maps for my leads. That's just how I'm doing it so far. It's worked for me. And then I have my Notion. I got my sales hot leads where I add, my hot leads especially. For equipment, Mike. Hey, Mike. Yeah, my name's Alan. How you doing? Pretty good. Good, man. I'm just calling from up in Oregon. I work for Pinnacle Pro, just basically a freight manager. Just kind of wanted to touch base with you guys. I just work with like a lot of construction suppliers, so I figured I'd give you guys a ring. You sell construction supplies and stuff? No, so I move. I move for them. So some construction suppliers like lumber companies. I'm basically just a freight manager, so I just move the supplies for them. I'm just seeing how you guys operate. If you guys got your own trucks or you guys work with freight managers. Yeah, well, I usually just get a logistic guy to do whatever haul, get the trucks whenever I need them. I don't need them very often. Just once in a while, I'll have a crane move. Right. So that'd be a low boy or it'd be a flat deck with cranes. So. Okay, no, yeah, I'm familiar with those. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what I do. I mean, it makes sense you work with a guy. It's once in a while. I mean, I would love to if I could just get your email because, like I said, I'm familiar with that equipment, so I have a lot of carriers that I can get good rates on for you. So, I mean, if you're interested, yeah, I mean, like I said, that's kind of my niche, just construction supplies and lumber. So I got a lot of drivers that I got a relationship with that I definitely get better rates for my customers. Okay, yeah, if you want to send me your information, you sure can. It's my email's. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's Michael, Michael. Yes, it is. Okay, perfect, Mike. All right, yeah, I'll shoot you my email. And then if you ever, like I said, need a crane moved or something that requires obviously a truck, you could just shoot me an email and then, I'll get you my rates for you. Okay.
All right. The shipping manager, whoever he was talking to, did a really good job at getting him off the phone easily.
Yes.
I will say, compared to the other video we watched, he had a way more casual, lax start to the conversation. He got some good information about it, but he just accepted the fact that the guy's got another option and said, "I'll just email you my info." The guy's never going to reach out to you via email. He's already got a guy. He's got no reason and he also tried selling on price. Typically, I've found in the construction world, price is not what they're going for. They're usually going for like it's got to get to the right place at the right time and it's got to be quality. Like you're talking about some of these heavy hauls. You're dealing with escort vehicles. You're dealing with cranes having to be rented to offload and unload stuff. You're dealing with permits, crews that have to be staffed. So I would have pivoted that conversation more into the specifics of what that operation looks like versus, I got a bunch of drivers that I get you good rates. I also don't know what it was about the tattoos and the ghetto sound, but it kind of threw me off.
Well, I would say this too, right? Like conversationally, I think he did a really good job. And like you could even tell that what he actually said was confusing, and it did confuse the guy because the guy thought he was selling construction supplies and thought that like he worked to sell construction supplies. However, the fact that his tone was so conversational, the guy just kept talking to him, right? Like he got him into that conversational rhythm. And to your point, like I would have then pivoted to asking some questions, like trying to understand a little bit on like when they move cranes. Hey, just curious, you guys move these cranes to job sites? Are these cranes that you guys are sending to suppliers, vendors? These your own job sites? Just wanted to understand a little bit more.
Where are they going?
When and where you're sending your cranes?
Like once a month.
Curious what kind of cranes you guys are moving. Just talking a little more down that avenue, right? But the thing that I want to point out, right, is like once you get somebody talking because they felt comfortable, like he probably could have asked him any question that guy would have answered, right?
Yeah.
And I think having those questions lined up ahead of time, or at least having them in your head, would have helped him more as opposed to pivoting directly to price and then telling him later in the call that like that is actually what he did. After even after confusing him, it was still a decent conversation. He just could have gone a lot further and then again like asked a few more questions. Hey, just curious, like do you have when in a month, when do you guys kind of line these up? Do you line them up a few weeks in advance? Do you have any lined up over the next couple months, couple quarters? that guy likely would have told him a lot more information that he could have gotten. And
Yeah, it
again, to your
sounded like
point,
he had the time of day to have the conversation. And a lot of times,
yeah,
when you'll talk to somebody and they just try to rush you off the phone. I didn't get that tone at
no.
all.
Yeah,
So
he could have sat there, got some more, and again, he got the guy's email, and maybe he's going to go reapproach it later. But getting somebody's email to me it's important. But like, I want to learn a little bit more about the situation, at least a few more steps to know when I'm going to position my follow up to follow back up with the guy, calling him, learning a little bit more about him, maybe even as a person. Like, hey, how's your week coming along? Like, how's business been so far? Like, just getting him
the
to
other
talk a
thing
little bit
too is
more.
like the storytelling part. Like he mentioned that's his niche or niche, I think is how he announced it or pronounced it. But tell a story about it. Like it sounded like he
Yeah.
called from a similar region. He said, "I'm right up here in Oregon. I move that kind of stuff." I would have been like, "Yeah, a lot of these guys are hauling, I don't know, fill in the blank on the type of equipment that that construction equipment was." But like, make yourself sound a little bit more relevant if you're going to go that route. That's my only critique. But overall,
Yeah,
like,
it's good.
he made the call. I think he did a good job. Again, this is a numbers game, and um, if you're a good communicator, well, I think he was a good communicator in a bunch of different ways. There, I think it's just he could just fine tune the approach, maybe how he pivots the conversation. But good job.